Today I'm going to be showing you how to make butter with raw milk. So we're going to use this dipper, which you can find at a restaurant supply store. I've already got a little over a quart of cream here and a pint here. It takes about 2 quarts to make a pound of butter, so I'm going to skim a little bit more. As you can see on the jar here, the cream line is running right about here. I'm not going to skim all of it off because you want to avoid getting milk in with the cream. So I'm just going to dip it in and try not to get down into the milk line. Okay, I'm going to be pouring the cream into the mixer. We're using a Bosch universal mixer with a whisk attachment, which works really well for making butter. So we're going to pour all of our cream in. Our cow is a Jersey cow, so she has a high milk fat content. So we get a lot of good cream from her. And again, this is about maybe a little over 2 quarts, which is probably going to make a little over a pound of butter. It usually takes the mixer about, I'm going to say maybe 8 to 10 minutes to make butter, so it's really not long at all. And I'm going to turn it on number 2 speed. I'm going to put the lid on and begin. Okay, this is getting close to making butter. It's pretty thick. It's almost like whipped cream now. You can, when you're running the mixer and it changes into butter, you can hear the change, and then you want to keep a close eye on it because it will separate, and then the milk will come out of your mixer if you don't watch out. So I'm going to run it a little bit more. It's getting close to being buttered. Okay, it's starting to get a little grainy. You can see it's starting to separate a little bit. The milk's coming out of it. So it's almost there. I'm going to run it for just probably 30 more seconds and then it'll be finished. Okay, we're going to rinse the butter off. This is our finished product over here. We're going to use a big slotted spoon. What I do is I fill up this slotted spoon, and then we're going to use cold water, as cold as you can get it on the tap, because otherwise it will melt your butter. I'm just going to rinse the buttermilk out of it, kind of move it around a little bit. Try to get all that buttermilk out. And then put it in a bowl. And then keep doing that until we get all the butter rinsed off. Okay, I've gotten most of the butter out. I'm going to pour the buttermilk into a bucket. You can use it for baking if you want to, but we usually just feed it to our chickens. So. It's not the thick buttermilk like you would buy in the store. It is just the leftover from making the butter. So. Alright, as you can see, there's still a little bit of milky water in there, so I'm going to rinse it a few more times and just move it around. And stir it up to get all that milk out that I can get out. Okay, to help preserve the butter, we put in 1 capsule of vitamin E. That helps it keep longer, so I'm just going to pierce it with my knife. And hopefully I don't pierce myself in the bucket. And I'm going to squeeze it in. And then we're going to put in some salt. For a pound of butter, I usually use about a 1/4, about an 1/8 of a teaspoon. We have made some butter that turned out a little too salty, so careful not to put too much in there. Now I'm going to mix it up. I'm still going to pour out a little, there's a little bit of milky water in here, and just going to pour that out. Okay, it keeps coming out of the butter as you move it around. Okay, and here we have our mold, silicone mold, sunflowers. And I'm going to fill them with butter. What I like to do is press it and put just a little bit in to start with and press it in good so that it fills up the sunflower part. It makes a really nice design. Make sure that's pressed in good. Okay, I'm going to use a knife just to level off the top here. And make sure each of these holds a 1/2 cup, so it's the same measurement as a stick of butter. Okay, we're getting the last little bits. This is done really well. It's making almost 1.5 pounds of butter. I think I had a little extra cream, and also I think if the cream is really thick, it tends to make more butter. Okay, we're getting the last bits. I'm just going to press that in. And it looks like we're finished. I'm going to put some plastic wrap over it. Keep it nice and fresh. And we're going to stick it in the freezer. I'd say give it 2 or 3 hours and it should be frozen solid. Okay, so here's our finished product. Before being frozen, you want to keep raw butter in the freezer at all times, unless you're going to be eating it very quickly, and then you can maybe put what would equal 1 stick in the refrigerator, and I would say eat it within a week. So I'm going to put this in the freezer. Our finished product will look like after it's been taken out of the mold. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to Carolina Tractor Girl for more videos on how to do things on the farm.